Hi everyone. Good evening, guys. All of you audible? All of you audible? Okay, right. So here, guys. Now, first, okay, we will see first of all the introduction about Oracle here. Okay, so basically, guys, what you say here, Oracle, simply you can say, okay, it is, it is, okay, it is database software. Okay, it is a database software, or else it is called as a RDBMS product, RDBMS product. Otherwise, we can say it is a backend tool. Okay, it is a backend tool. Okay, now. So Oracle simply we can say, guys, here it is a one database software. Otherwise, RDBMS, because yesterday we discussed RDBMS. So by taking off that information, we can say Oracle is an RDBMS product also, we can say. Otherwise, nowadays we know that the front end and back end. Okay, so your database comes under backend tool. Okay, so any database software comes under backend tool. So your Oracle is also called as the backend tool, also we call it. Okay, this is. But this Oracle is going to be introduced by. So who was introduced? This Oracle means this Oracle was introduced here, introduced by Oracle Corporation people. Okay, Oracle Corporation. Okay, so in the year of 1979. So in the year of 1979, the Oracle Corporation people, okay, was introduced this RDBMS software or this RDBMS tool. This RDBMS software or this RDBMS tool. Okay, now, so this is what simply we can say. Okay, right. And in the first 1979 it was, but what is the basic the purpose of Oracle database means? Okay, the main reason this Oracle database is store, okay, data or information, to store data or information, okay, information permanently. Okay, permanently. So it was storing here, it was storing here permanently. So whenever you want to store your data permanently, whenever you want to store your data permanently, so there we can go to use permanently, there you can go to use your databases. But here permanently means where it will be storing, where it will be storing means in your hard disk, in your hard disk. Okay, the permanent storage is nothing but, the permanent storage is nothing but hard disk. But only storing purpose means no. So along with the permanent storage, okay, we are storing permanently along with the security, along with the high level, along with the high level security, along with the high level security. Okay, so storing is a common going to be using in their organizations to manage or maintain the business related information means not only for permanent storage, along with the permanent storage it was provide highly secured, it was provide highly secured. Okay, now so that is one of the main reason why databases are nowadays we use. So same like this, our Oracle is also same to same, storing as well as giving security for your information which I stored under Oracle database, which I stored under Oracle database. Okay, now, right. And these Oracle software or else Oracle database software. So there are two ways available in the market. There are, okay, Oracle software. Oracle software is available in two editions. Available in two editions. Okay, so in this first edition we called as here Oracle Express edition. So it is Oracle Express edition, and second one is called as a Oracle Enterprise edition. Oracle Enterprise edition. So these are the two ways, that means two types of editions are there in Oracle software. That means we can say Oracle software is available in the market. So Oracle software is available in the market. So in which way it was available means in two ways and two editions it was available. One is Oracle Express edition and Oracle Enterprise edition. Okay, now, so what is Express edition and what is Enterprise edition means? Here Express edition is going to be not supported all features. Right? Careful observe. So it is not supported all features. It was partially supported. Okay, it is a partially supporting. Okay, so database features, not fully. Partially supporting database feature, not fully. For example, if you want to go for in Oracle Express edition, okay, we can't use, okay, we can't use like a flashback command. Okay, okay, flashback command, and we can't support your purg command, and it doesn't support like a recycling command. It doesn't support like a partitions. It doesn't support like a partitions here. Okay, so this kind of so many features are not supported in our Oracle Express edition. So these are all are not supporting. Okay, these are all are not supporting here. Okay, now these are all are not supporting here. So those are we called as what now? Flashback, purg, okay, recycle, partitions of tables. So these kind of things are not supported here. These kind of things are not supported in your Oracle expression. And not only this, there are so many other features also not supported. That's why the people saying that here your Oracle, okay, Express edition, your Oracle Express edition, okay, is partially supported. Oracle Express edition is a partially supported, and for example, these are whatever the features I said, these features we cannot implement in your Oracle Express edition. And Oracle Enterprise edition will be supported all features in the database. So whatever the features are there here, it was supporting all features here. Okay, so not it is a fully supporting, is a fully supporting database, all database features. Okay, all database features. Okay, now so that's why in my classes also I can use a Oracle Enterprise edition only I'm using. Okay, I'm using Oracle Enterprise edition. But if anybody asks you, okay, Oracle software is available in two editions, it was available. One is Oracle Express edition and one is Oracle Enterprise edition. And you also people, if anybody using Express edition, so please remove and use your Enterprise edition, because when you use Enterprise edition, you will be implementing all database features which was supported in our Oracle. Okay, but Express editions are only half of the, that means some features are not supported and some features are supported. That's why it is called as a partially supporting, okay, your database features. Okay, now so these are the two editions are available in the market. Okay, but in our classes, and if you go to any real-time companies also, maximum almost every company is using Enterprise edition only, because it is a full version and we can implement all database features. Okay, now right, these two are available here. And later on, guys, here, so as of now, when you come back to Oracle versions, there are so many versions are there here. Okay, there are so many versions are introduced here. From the starting version here is Oracle 1.0. So from the Oracle 1.0 onwards, okay, now we are going to be learning the latest version here, Oracle 19c. Okay, see, so this is what now. So 1.0, 2.0, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, I10, G11, G12, yes or no, 16, okay, 19. So this kind of so many versions are released by Oracle Corporation people in the market. Okay, and we are going to be learning in our courses the latest version. Okay, that is Oracle 19c. And of course Oracle 22 also introduced here. Okay, but that is not with the full-fledged here, the partially, and it was introduced some trial versions in the market, but you have available up to 19c the full-fledged versions. Okay, it was available in the market. Okay, now so these are what we can go to say, guys. And later these Oracle, okay, whenever you want to work on this, for example, do you want to, okay, so before you want to store the data or information, okay, permanently, or else giving security for your information which I stored under Oracle database here, the first thing is what now, these Oracle should be deployed first of all. So when we want to deploy Oracle here, when we want to deploy Oracle here, then what it was happening, guys, here internally, what it was going to be happen internally, what it was going to be happening. Okay, now so that we will be check it here. So once you want to internally deploy your Oracle, okay, internally if you want to deploy Oracle, then internal process is very, very important here. If you understand this internal process of Oracle, then you can get it some idea how the data will be processing, you will be clearly understanding here. Okay, now so what you say, before 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 working Oracle database, before working on Oracle database, okay, before working on Oracle database, we should we should we should deploy, we should, okay, deploy, okay, Oracle deploy means, don't confuse here, deploy is nothing but install, deploy is nothing but what now, install, okay, Oracle software, Oracle software. Okay, now this is very important. But once we installing, careful observe, once, okay, once we installing Oracle software, once we installing Oracle software internally, careful observe, internally system installed, internally system installed the following two components, guys, the following two components, careful observe, it's a very important point. Okay, the following two components are going to be, okay, installed here. So what I'm saying here, before working on Oracle database, we should deploy your Oracle software. And once we deploy, or once we installing, okay, so Oracle software internally, what it was happen means, your system is installed here, the following two types of components are installed internally. Okay, those components are called as here, those components are called as here. First component is called as a Oracle client component, Oracle client component, and second one is called as what now, Oracle server component. So these are the very, very important components. All of you know it, you all of you should be know it, yes or no? So what we said here, once you want to deploying your Oracle software, once you want to deploying your Oracle software internally system installed the following two components here, the following two components here. One is Oracle client component, and second one is Oracle server component. Second one is called as what now, Oracle server component. So here the point is, what is client and what is server, and client component through what we can do, what kind of operations we can do with the client component, as well as if you want to go for server component through what kind of operations we can do it. So that means, yeah, the thing is what now, the purpose of client and the purpose of server, what it is, first of all we should know it here. Okay, now, right. Now, first of all, we discuss here Oracle client component. So carefully observe, every point is very important for you. Oracle client component. So basically with Oracle client component, we will be performing, there are three kind of operations that we are performing here. There are three kind of operations we can perform by using of Oracle client tool. Okay. So what we say, by using Oracle client tool, by using Oracle client tool, we can perform, yeah, first operation is, what is your first operation here means, we can, okay, we can connect to Oracle server. So Oracle server is the first we connecting here. Okay, if you want to connect here, compulsory Oracle client tool is required for us to connecting purpose. That is the first task or operation we can do. After that, once you want to successfully connect, to Oracle server, okay, then what we can do, we can send a request. We can send what now? A request to whom? To whom means to Oracle server. And once user sending request to Oracle server, then server what it will do, your request will be processing. After your request was processing by your Oracle server, then it returns some response. But that response also, how can you receive it, how users can receive it, your response from the server means, yes, there also we can use a client tool, so that means by using of Oracle client tool, we can send request and also we can receive, we can receive, okay, we can receive what here, response. We can receive response from Oracle server. Okay now, so these are the guys, the three tasks we can go to do it. These are the three tasks we can go to do it. So that means operations we can perform. One is we can connecting to Oracle server. Second, after connecting, we are sending request to Oracle server. After sending request to Oracle server, then your Oracle server will be processing your request. After processing your request, it will be sent back a response to user. But user, how it will be get your response from the Oracle means, through client tool only we are getting. Through client tool only we are getting. Understand my point now? Yes, these are the three things. But yeah, the question is, sir, can you tell me the what kind of client tools are there? Okay, now I can send you. Oracle client tools are available. Okay, so Oracle client tools are, okay, what is the examples of Oracle client tools are? Okay, one is SQL Plus tool. Okay, SQL Plus. Okay, otherwise we can use Thoda. Otherwise we can use SQL developer. Okay, otherwise we can use okay, so SQL navigator, okay, etc. So this kind of the tools are present in your Oracle software. So but in this, okay, we are using one of the best tool is what now, SQL Plus tool. Okay, so in our courses complete our operations we are going to be implementing, and we are working on which tool means we are working on SQL Plus tool. Okay now, but SQL Plus, Thoda, developer, navigator, so many, okay, the tools are available. But in this, mostly the people are using two things, SQL Plus and Thoda. These are most widely the people are using this two. These are most widely the people are using in real time. Okay now, SQL Plus and Thoda. So now in our classes we are going to be discussing every operation we are going to be perform or discuss with the SQL Plus tool. Okay now, this is our tool we are using in this course. Understand all of you now? So these are the tools about Oracle. Next, the second component is what I said, guys, here, Oracle server component. Oracle server component. Okay, so Oracle server component, what it will do internally means, it's a simple. This tool, this server, this server, okay, component, the server component is again, the server component is again is again maintain maintain two subcomponents, two subcomponents. Those are okay. First one you can see, those are first one you can see, it is called as the first one instance. First one is called as what now? Instance. And second one is called as a database. See, very carefully observe. Very carefully observe, guys, all of you. Oracle server, okay, is a server component is again maintained. Okay, is again maintained two subcomponents internally. Two subcomponents internally. Okay, two subcomponents internally. What are those? What are those means instance component and database subcomponent. Instance subcomponent and database subcomponent. So these are the two subcomponents are internally your Oracle server is maintained. Okay, but why, sir? Why these two subcomponents are maintained by Oracle server? Then what it will do with the help of these two subcomponents? So this kind of doubts are coming us generally. Let you see what is the purpose here. Observe. First one we can say instance subcomponent. Basically, instance subcomponent, simply we can say it is a temporary memory. Okay, so what you say here, it will act as a temporary memory. It's very important. Carefully focus on this, guys. Okay, carefully focus on this. Temporary. Okay, it is a temporary memory. So here the point is what now? Why, sir? Why instance will act as a temporary memory means for this instance memory, okay, is allocating where it was allocating means from is allocating from RAM, by system. Okay, allocating RAM by system. So we all of you know this, RAM is called as a temporary memory. We all of you know this, RAM is called as a temporary memory. So that's why this instance is called as a temporary memory component. It is a temporary memory component. And why it is called as a temporary memory means, you can say here, for this instance memory where it was allocating, from where it was allocating by system. For this instance component means your system is allocating this instance memory for RAM location. From where it is? From RAM. And we all of you know this, RAM is called as a temporary memory. RAM is called as a temporary memory. Okay, now, so that is what we called. And in this instance memory, whatever we can store the data, the data can be stored temporarily. That is called, it is a temporary data storage. It is a temporary data storage. Okay, now, so it is not permanently stored. It is a temporarily your data will be storing. Okay, it is a temporarily data will be stored. Okay, this is what instance component, what it will be doing. Okay, now let you come, what is the second subcomponent of server? That is called as a database. So database, what it was saying, guys, here, okay, it will act as a permanent memory. Careful observe, permanent memory. So why it is called as a permanent memory means, okay, for this database memory, okay, is allocating from where it is means from hard disk, allocating from hard disk by your system, see, simply I will explaining every non-background students also, they can easily understand what I'm going to explain here. Okay, na? So that's why don't hurry each and every point you have to check it. Okay, right. So database is called as it's a permanent memory. Why, sir? Why database is permanent memory? If anybody asks you, this database memory is nothing but hard disk memory. That means whatever the system is going to be there, the system is going to be allocating memory for your database component, for which from where it was allocating for your database component means from hard disk. From hard disk it was allocating memory for database component. Okay, now so that is the reason it is called as a permanent memory we call. Okay, now and in this whatever the data we can store, that is a permanent, it is a permanent data storage. It is a permanent data storage. Okay, now so these are the two subcomponents was maintained by Oracle server. These are the two subcomponents are maintained by Oracle server. Okay, now and now we will see how this instance and database memories are internally your server will be maintained. Okay, so this is what is instance we discuss, what is database we discuss. Okay, now but how these two memories are handling by, how these two memories are handling by your Oracle server internally. So that is a very important question. Okay, how these two memories are handling by your Oracle server, that is a very important question. Okay, now so if you want to understand how this two memories, how these two memories was maintained by Oracle server, if you want to understand, so we have to go one structure that is called as a client server architecture. I will show you now. Okay, now I'm showing what now, client server architecture. I'm showing what now, client server architecture I'm showing now. By seeing of this architecture you will be get some idea, so what is, okay, client server architecture. Okay, now so now I will show you client server architecture. Okay, client server architecture. Now carefully observe. By seeing of this architecture you will understand why instance memory and why database memory was maintained by your Oracle server. That point will be clear it. Okay, let you come. Yes, so all of you carefully observe this diagram. First of all, just observe. First you just observe. So first observe this diagram, just 1 or 2 minutes observe first of all, 1 or 2 minutes observe first of all, and just to check the spellings, not what we can say words I was written, some statements I written now, so that all whatever I written in the diagrams, that all you can check it once. Just read once yourself. Just read user, client tools, client request to response from server. So whatever I was written in this diagram, every statement and every word, you just first read. Take 1 or 2 minutes. First, simply, coolly, you have to understand this diagram. Okay, right. Take 1 or 2 minutes. No problem. Okay, right. So now all of you just identified now. Okay, now right. Now let me see. Now I'm going to explaining here. So now as per my explanation, just observe. Just observe. So we said this is our client. Okay. Whenever user want to work on your Oracle database server, if you want to work on Oracle database server, it's not like that user can't directly interact or directly work. So it is not like that user can directly interact, or else user cannot directly work on that. So what he need to interacting or to working on Oracle database server, okay, means yes. So user is required, one client tool is compulsory, we should require. User is required one client tool. So that client tool is called as your, yes, this is, I said na, it's the first component in your Oracle deployment. After you will get a first component is called as a client component. Okay. So in this client, I was given some example, SQL plus, somebody using SQL plus, somebody using Thoda, somebody using SQL developer, somebody using PLSQL developer, somebody using SQL navigators. So different people are using as per their client requirement or business requirement they're using. Okay, now, but here, okay, so our client tool, what we are using generally means we are using in SQL plus. It is a very famous client tool. It is a very famous client tool. So this tool we are going to be using now. Okay, fine. So client tool, you can use any client tool, yes or no? Client tool just what connecting, sending request, getting response. It may be anything, yes or no? So not only I want to use SQL plus, only I want to Thoda, the kind of restrictions are not there. As your wish, you can use any client tool. What is the mean by client tool? Just interaction purpose, that's it. So if user interacting with your database with SQL plus, if user interacting with your database with Thoda, if user interacting with your database with the SQL developer, whatever you can use, but same action, same operation. There is no difference here. Okay, now, so that's why any kind of client tool you can use it. Clear? Right. So, okay, fine, guys. Okay, fine. Now, with the help of my SQL plus client tool, first thing is what now? I am going to connecting to my server. First thing is what now? I am going to connecting to my server. So this is my first task. I have to do it. Okay, connect. So once you successfully connected, what I said here, the second requirement is what now? Sending request. Second one is what now? Sending request. Suppose now user sending one request through your client tool, user sending one request. What is my request here? Okay, one of the request is insert request. So insert, okay, my request is insert. With the help of insert command, with the help of insert query request, I am sending some data. I am sending some data, for example. So 1 comma Sai, 1 comma Sai, some data I am sending through my client application or client tool through my database. But what it was happening, guys, very careful observe, carefully focus on what it was happening here. Whatever you inserted data, this inserted data is not directly go to your database. First, your inserted data, where it will be goes are, where it will be goes are means first your inserted data is storing under your temporary storage memory, that is called as a instance. Okay, now every inserting of data, first of all, where it will be storing means it will be storing under instance memory. And why this instance memory is called as a temporary storage? Why this instance memory is called as a temporary storage means, because of reason I said, this is allocated from, from where it is allocated, come on guys, RAM. This is allocated from RAM. Okay, so now let you see, now your data first storing here. So 1 comma Sai, first storing your data here. Okay, now suppose, so what the point is, carefully observe, when user inserted some new data or new request, the request data first it will go to instance memory. Okay, first it will go to instance memory. It means the data is temporarily stored in your instance memory. Okay, fine. But here, what the user will do now? Okay, so now this data you are not sending or not moving to database. Your data will be there in the instance memory exactly at this point of time. Exactly at this point of time. Now user what he was did, here means he was a disconnect to your database server. He was a disconnect from your database server. Okay, so then what it was happening, sir? Because my data still it was having in the instance memory only. My data still it was having in the instance memory only. It's nothing but RAM memory only. So still my data having in the RAM location, but unfortunately or fortunately, it may be unfortunately or fortunately, now your user is going to be disconnecting from your server. Disconnecting from your server. Then what it was happening, sir, means yes, nothing. Your data will be, whatever the data is there, the data will be collapsed. The data will be collapsed. So why? Because you are disconnecting from server, then whatever the data was there under instance memory is nothing but RAM location, the data will be collapsing. Because of reason what I said, instance is not a permanent storage now. So instant is not a permanent storage, is a temporary storage. So that what it was happening, guys. So once you disconnected, that whatever the data was there in the temporary location, the data will be collapsed. That means your data is not permanently saved. This is one thing was going to be happening. This is one thing was going to be happening. Then what we want to do, sir, means yes, before disconnect from the server, before disconnecting from the server, what the user has to do, this data, this temporary storage of data, I need to move. Data should move. Data should move into which memory? Database memory. Data should move into which memory? Database memory. Yes, yes, I want to move. But how I can move it, sir? Your question is, yes, somebody is asking question. So how the data can be moved from instance memory to database memory? It is nothing but from RAM memory to hard disk memory. Okay, how it was moving, sir? How it was moving your data from RAM to hard disk? From RAM to hard disk means yes, yes, yes. That question is coming out. That question is coming out. Yes, of course. Then yes, how this data is moving from the instance to database means here the user is using one command. That command is called as, let you see. Very, very important point. Very, very important point. So let us see one. Okay, one command I'm using, that is called as a commit. Which command I'm using, guys? Come on, commit. So whenever I'm using commit here, what it was happening, guys, here, yes, now your data is going to be moved into your database. Yes, I got it, my data into database. Now I can say 1 comma Sai, and 1 comma Sai. So the data successfully moved from your instance memory is nothing but from your instance memory is nothing but Okay, RAM memory to hard disk. So now present my data, where it is now in the database. Database is which type of data storage? Permanent storage. Why? Because this memory is allocating from where it is hard disk. Okay, now so once your data is successfully moved into database, now then later now user want to do what you want to do. You have to disconnect. So disconnect from server. So when user disconnect from server, now tell me, your data will be collapsed or data will be stored? Your data will be collapsed or your data will be stored? Come on, guys, give me reply. So once your database is transferred from instance to your database, after that successfully moved into database, after that user is disconnected, then what happened? Your data still it was there in your memory, or your data will be collapsed? Come on. Yes. So what it was happened, what you did, either you disconnect or whatever you did, okay, whatever you did, your data permanently storage. Your permanently storage. Once my data storing under database, okay, it means that this is permanent storage. So now this data years and years you can store in your database. After 10 years you came and see, your data will be there. After 20 years you can came and see, your data is there. After 50 years you can came and see, your data will be there. That means until unless the user has to delete data from database, until unless the user has to delete data from database, up to that much time, your data will be permanently saved in your database. The data may be 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, 100 years. You can store your data permanently in your database. The data will not be collapsed here. Okay, now so this is what it was going to be happening. Okay, now so in the same to same, suppose you user want to retrieve the data, so data retrieval. How to do data retrieval means, yes, here one command we are using. That command is called as what? Now select. So with the help of select command, data retrieval from the database and sending to your RAM location, and from the RAM location it was sending to client application. But whenever data retrieval purpose, which command I'm using? Select command I'm using. When I'm using select command, through this command your data retrieving from the database, and first retrieve from the database and storing into instance, and from this instance it will be sent back to your client application or your client tool. Okay, so now it will be happening. Okay, now so all of you clear this diagram. Once check out, all of you clear this diagram. So finally what I said here, you got it your response. Okay, now so now clear all of you this diagram. Come on, guys. Everyone, once one more movement, you can see this complete diagram. Okay, that arrow marks, red mark, blue mark. Okay, completely check.